Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Scotland's business leaders are deeply concerned about what's happening in the economy. And for the first time, they're saying that taxes are now the biggest problem they have. It's the biggest issue, the highest hill to climb that they have. Because not only are Scotland's taxes the highest anywhere in Britain, but they're about to get worse with the imposition of these higher levels of national insurance. And they are approaching the Scottish government, looking to them to reduce, the taxation rates that they can reduce, and they want the British government at Westminster to not impose the national insurance rise. They say this will cause a big problem with employment because they're going to have to let people go. And of course, having both of these things, it gives them a disadvantage, a natural tax disadvantage over everyone else in the rest of Britain. So if you make, your particular Scottish widgets, your Scottish widgets will be more expensive than, say, English, Welsh or Northern Irish widgets. And so therefore, nobody will buy them. There is a premium. McWidget will go out of business because McWidget is too expensive. Whereas, the English widget, exactly the same process is, cheaper because the staffing cost is cheaper. And that's the problem. According to the SNP executive's own findings, organisations are now very, very worried about the imposition of taxation on the profits and growth. Now, what Swinney is saying is that we've got to blame all this. It's all on Westminster. They're putting the national insurance up. We can't control that. Yes, but you put the income tax up. You can control that. So don't pass this problem off as being an English problem. There is a Scottish element too, and of course over and above that, there's other things like the non-domestic rates, which should have been paid partially, at least reduced by a payment made by Parliament to Scotland. But instead of passing that on, they decided to spend it on sending fat oafs abroad at first class. But the main concerns for businesses are taxation and the falling demand of goods and services because people haven't got any money because they're taxed so much they've got no disposable income. And of course, it's going to get worse with energy bills set to rise from next week, with council tax rises coming in next week. Obviously, the national insurance rises next week, so nobody's getting a pay rise this year. And of course, with food inflation likely to hit 20% as more and more of our food has to be imported because they keep digging up all our countryside, then things are looking grim, very, very grim. And even grimmerer if you happen to be in Scotland, because you're going to find that it's just even worse when your businesses go under because they can't compete with similar businesses from the rest of the UK. Now, the Scottish Tories and Reform are both out there. They're highlighting this. They're both saying that should they be in power, they would reduce the national insurance, the income tax rates to put it on a par with Britain, the rest of Britain rather, and they would look to grow the economy with various options. They said the biggest saving, of course, there wouldn't be another brass farthing spent on that independence rubbish. And the money they'd save there would be used for growth and for building infrastructure to help the Scottish economy grow. Well, hey-ho, imagine that. Imagine a government that wasn't wanking away millions on pointless independence propaganda. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Take care. Goodbye.